And on behalf of TFK Luminary Group, I come to simply wish you a year of great triumph. I know whenever we enter a new year, everyone celebrates. One, to thank God for the gift of life, but also to pray or plan for a fruitful year. And that is just right and the best way of life. To build hope, expect the very best, and improve oneself as an individual, as a company, or as a family. And so I join in the voices of many to wish you the very best of this year. And as TFK Luminary Publishers, we will continue to do our very best to make sure that we make a contribution towards your resolve in making a better 2026, especially when it comes to the aspect of publishing. You're looking for the best story in the land, in Uganda, and far beyond that will get to write. We will have you well served. You're looking for a great movie to watch. We will be producing the best of the movies that will take you to a whole other level. And so, getting back to the year of triumph, it is one thing to expect triumph in a year, but yet another to understand the matrix of triumph. Triumph comes in many strides. There are many of us who already laid strategy 1 year, 2 years, all 3 years back, or name it, and so are now here ready to make a harvest and have a triumphant 2026. And depending on how you laid your strategies, you will surely register triumph and great strides in this year 2026. Now, there are those of us who have our ideas still lingering in our heads and wondering, how can I ever start? How will I ever pull off this? And I'm here to encourage you that you just need one thing, to take one step and get started. Find the best way to start on your idea, and you will surely register a triumphant 2026. Now, to be triumphant doesn't mean that you will go to the bank this year and withdraw or go and check out or withdraw bountifully. We need to appreciate the days of beginning, the days when great things start. Those are the days of triumphs when those things are registered in our lives. So you might be among those who are going to start to make the start of your triumph. It is a moment that you need to recognize that however small that idea thing seems, whatever the public might be perceiving you, you might be on the road to begin your triumphant journey. And go for it with boldness and confidence that you will make it. One of the products under TFK Luminary Investments is publishing. But when I started publishing, it was a moment of despair. I was at that point where I felt I was losing it career-wise. And God gave me a thought to say, okay, you can write a book about career guidance, and give me a title, A Smart Career Pursuit. That was in 2020, that was around 2007. And so that seed, that the time I thought about that book, nobody thought about anything big that would come out of that book. But we're now counting 2026. We have published so many books. That very book became a stepping stone into the movie production industry, into the publishing, print, into so many other things. And that was the time of my beginning. But I took it with confidence. I did not go to any bank to look for a loan. I did not call anybody for a loan to begin anything because there was not anything. There was nothing. What I did was to think of what I had in my mind that I put down on paper and was able to publish a book in 2013. That is when I published my first book. And that book has become the mother of all things that you see at TFK Luminary. So let us cherish our moments of beginning, just the way we cherish the moments of harvesting the real fruits of those beginnings. Now, the matter of confidence and moving boldly, carrying your idea, your talent with boldness and confidence. Now, at TFK Luminary, we trade in what I would want to call a driver of confidence. The books that we write, the movies that we produce are stimuli or are drivers of confidence. Why do I say so? I say so because when you are a reader, then you position yourself to acquire knowledge, diverse knowledge. And it is from that diverse knowledge that you are able to groom and mentor yourself. You're able to compare and contrast different people's views regarding your idea or what you can do. And then you're able to take a well-informed decision and remain inspired to move on with what you're doing, but not in an isolated manner, but in a way that is well-informed by wild views. And your mind also gets to be stimulated to think about things that have actually not been thought about. So that is why we invest so much in promoting and actually doing the reading and also doing the writing and getting to publish people's books in different dimensions. Now, talk about a book like this. This is The Touch of Humility, Leading with Compassion and Purpose by Dr. Patricia Achan Ochiria, the current deputy IGG in the government of Uganda. This is a story of her life. It's her autobiography. When you read this story, you will realize that there are many ways to go about issues, especially when it comes to management. And for her, humility is a currency that she found that could buy her so much than the ordinary current could get her in the corridors of work. Now, if you read this book, by the time you finished it, you'll find that whatever you've been pursuing, whatever challenges, whatever mountains are before you, you will find a way to scale them down, to be able to go over them without losing your head. And so that contributes to the confidence that you need to move on in regard to that particular matter. Now, you may not find time to secure an appointment to meet or have an interaction with a deputy IGG. But thankfully, she has written her book. It's in Aristoc, it's in Uganda Bookshop. You can order for it on our website, www.tfkluminary.com, and you will have this book as a contributor to one of the tenets of the confidence that you need that are vested in humility, the touch of humility. Now, we have yet another one. This is Conversations to Have with Our Children by Dr. Anthony Kakoza. Kakoza is a renowned lawyer in the land, and many wonder, say, how can everyone expected him to have written a book having something to do with law? But because of his generosity, he moved on to pen down a very good book, a family book that every parent and teenager needs to find and read and create conversations, meaning conversations within the family arena. And this now builds the confidence in that aspect. There are many ideas, so many plans, so many expectations that are established within the family arena. But if they are not well galvanized with good motivation and good strategies based on scripture and inspiration, we might lose track. So, the many books that we write, the many books that are out there, as you position yourself for this 2026, the year of triumph, I would like to encourage you to look for these books. Go to Aristoc, just the way you choose to go to the market and do shopping, or you choose to go to your best salon or your best shopping center. Make it a point every month, or at least per quarter, to find the best literature that can sharpen your mind and give you the knowledge that you need in regard to what you're pursuing, or even a generic story that will stimulate you in a way that you least expected or have ever thought about. Why should we seek to thrive in the confines of the environment that we are used to? Why do we think that we are meant to thrive only where we are used to? Where, let us stray off meaningfully. Let us stray off, read that good book. Let's stray off, go to the US, go to South Africa, go to Malawi. You can go there through the books that you read. You can go there through the movies, the right movies that you read, as a pursuit to sharpen yourself, enrich your confidence with knowledge, and make a better person to face 2026, but not only 2026, because you have many years to come, and make sure that every year that comes, you're well positioned to go through it triumphantly. Now, out of the so many books that we have written, I've just showed you a little. We also have children's books. Now, this is The Rainforest by Margaret Mukuru, seeking to onboard children to be able to understand matters to do with environmental sustainability. That our children are supposed to be the best ambassadors of maintaining and using our environment sustainably. How are we going about that? Do we have the time to talk to our children about matters to do with the environment that they live in, the best environment they hope to live in 30 years from now, 50 years from now? No. The children amongst us, in our families, in our communities, need these books. You can order for them. And so much more. We have many more books are coming. We have folk stories that are coming away. We have one of our authors, Brenda Asimwe, who has taken off time now to tell stories based on folk tales that were told to her by her grandfather or grandparents. And so such stories should not just be left to gather dust on the shelf. Why? Because they are the sources of the wisdom. When those stories are read, they challenge us for the very best, and we're able to make better people as we seek to make a better world. So let's go for it. And I wish you the very best of 2026 as you look forward to our many other books that are coming. We shall relay them to you right here and many of other platforms. We have so many projects coming up that will truly inspire you and contribute to your pursuit to make 2026 a year of triumph. May the Lord bless you and wish you the very best. Thank you very much.